In 1897, an Irishman by the name of Bram Stoker brought forth his epistolary novel, Dracula. Unbeknownst to him, it would become the benchmark for all vampire media that followed after and gave the world one of the most endearing and enduring characters of all time, the novel's namesake, Count Dracula. As the world moved from books to moving pictures, vampire films became a staple in films in the early 20s and 30s, and the character was immortalized in 1931 by actor Bela Lugosi. Director Jessica M. Thompson's film The Invitation looks to take another leap forward in a genre as old as film itself, all the while weaving together a fresh new perspective steeped in classic vampire lore. Consider this your invitation.
There's a wedding coming up, actually. You should come.
I would love to, but
Come on, everyone is dying to meet you.
The Invitation, in my opinion, is a modern day horror masterpiece. Tell us about your film.
Thank you. I mean, that's what I aim to make, so that's what I want to hear. So The Invitation is about a young woman named Evie. She's an artist. She's struggling, doing the New York City hustle, working survival jobs, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And she's just recently lost her mum and is craving connection. So she does a DNA test and she finds a long-lost cousin, and things go awry, to say the least.
Yeah, just to say the least, really. What I saw in this film, it definitely highlights topics such as sexism, racism, the modern woman. It also features an incredible lead.
It was very important to me that Evie be a woman of color, and Natalie Emmanuel is an incredible actress. It was really Miss Andi in Game of Thrones, where I think a lot of people got to know her and turn around and be like, who is this wonderful human who is just so wildly talented? And when I sent it to her, I'm glad that she felt compelled to tell the story with me. This is Blair's original concept. To me, it's, an origin story of a Bride of Dracula. And I was really drawn to that idea. I felt like I hadn't seen that before. But, the pandemic hit literally as, I came on board. What was positive is that we had a lot of time to really hone these characters and figure out what we wanted to say.
Also manages to take the source material and really flip it on its ear. You stayed true to the faithfulness, also resulting in an extremely welcome and fresh take on the classic. So when you were diving into the writing process, what was important for you to stay true to in terms of Dracula?
For the hardcore Dracula aficionados, there is over 90 Easter eggs in the film from the original book. So, I wanted to make sure that there was plenty in there that those hardcore original Dracula fans felt like they were getting a true adaptation. But I also wanted it to be accessible to a new wave of audience members who maybe haven't even read or even heard of Bram Stoker, which is totally fine, But there's something about the book, about vampires in general, that I think really attracts humans. The biggest theme to me in the film is the rich eating the poor, this idea of these wealthy, powerful elites preying on poor people and on the working class. And so that's, to me, is the biggest theme that's in the book. That's very much in the original. So to me, if you keep those original themes strong and true, I'm hoping that those original fans will love it as much as new fans.
Yeah, definitely. My husband and I are constantly catching each other's eye from around the house, just like.
That once broken bond will be renewed tonight.
With all of great vampire films before this, so from Coppola's Dracula to the Hammer films, and obviously bringing it all the way back to the original 1931 Universal Dracula, did you feel a certain pressure to potentially live up to high expectations?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel that every single day of my life. There's first of all, I'm a woman in a man's industry, and that's that you're always pushing through what you feel is you're staying true to your vision and staying true to yourself, which is a universal theme in our film as well. And of course, I wanted to contribute something to a genre, horror, that I absolutely love, that I grew up watching Jaws and Alien and The Shining, and fell in love with all of these films. And what I love about horror is that you can also usually have social commentary layered within there, without it having to knock people over the head with it. So that's what I think is so, the genre really gives you the space to be creative and kind of lean into your visual appetite. We have room for all of us, right? And also, don't we want fresh perspectives on something? Isn't that what makes art unique and fresh and original and modern, is when we allow more people into the club? The more that we break down these old societal structures and allow new people in, the more unique art and the more unique entertainment we're going to get. To me, it's a win-win.
I want to go home.
But this is your home.